You paid $350,000 for that house, maybe more. And behind drywall you will never open, there is a connection that cost the builder $2 and took 30 seconds to make. It is the cheapest decision in your electrical system, and the one most likely to burn the house down. Today I will show you where it is, and why the inspection you paid for is, by its own rules, not allowed to find it. The trade has a name for the cheapest version of a part that still passes inspection: builder grade. It's not a certification. It's the minimum that satisfies code, closes the sale, and ends the builder's liability the day you take the keys. Built to pass inspection and built to last are two different things. Start with the device itself. There is a tier system: residential at the bottom, then commercial or spec, then hospital grade. Residential can cost a builder under $1. Hospital grade can cost $7 to $15. The difference isn't the plastic you see, it's the metal you don't, the contacts that grip your plug's blades. The thin stamped ones lose their spring tension. That's the loose outlet that will not hold a charger after a few years. A blade that does not seat fully leaves an AIR gap, and the current jumping at arcs and heats at the face of the outlet. Worse is how the outlet is wired, the most dangerous shortcut in American residential construction. The right way wraps the wire around the brass screw and clamps it tight. The fast way, a backstab, just shoves the bare wire into a hole in the back where a thin spring clip bites down. Builders love it because crews are paid by the house, so saved seconds are real money. The problem is what that clip is: a single narrow point pressing on a round wire. Every time you plug in and out, it shifts a hair and heat cycles loosen it further. A loose connection doesn't just quit, it builds resistance. Resistance makes heat. Heat makes an arc. The arc chars the plastic, and the char makes more heat. A feedback loop inside a sealed box in your wall. It keeps working while it melts. And because each outlet feeds the next through that clip, one bad $2 connection can set fire to a whole run of the house. It's legal. It passes inspection. That's the point. There is a second problem: mistakes a $5 tool would catch in 10 seconds. On a busy site, 3 show up over and over. Reversed polarity is when hot and neutral are swapped, leaving parts of an appliance energized even when switched off. An open ground is where the safety wire never landed on its screw, so the third prong connects to nothing. A loose neutral makes voltage swing and run hot. Neither one stops your outlets from working, but an open ground leaves your surge protector nowhere to send a spike, so the next storm walks through it and takes out thousands of dollars of electronics. Reversed polarity is a plain shock risk. A plug-in outlet tester, $5 to $15, lights up these faults in 10 seconds. So why doesn't the inspection you paid hundreds for catch all of them? Because the most dangerous defect isn't one a tester can reach. That backstab connection is buried behind a cover plate and drywall you'll never open. A federal fire report put it plainly: fires that start inside walls can smolder a long time before any smoke reaches you. They can run hot for years while powering your outlet perfectly. Here's the reveal. A standard home inspection, the $300 to $600 one every buyer trusts, is by its own standards a non-invasive visual exam. The inspector tests a sample of outlets, but he is explicitly not required to remove cover plates or pull devices to see concealed connections. So the one component nobody you hired is allowed to look inside is the cheapest in the house, wired with the worst shortcut, sitting where fires hide for years. 2 parts to this, and the second is worse. The first isn't a villain. Big home builders are logistics operations, and their electrical subs are paid per device installed and per house closed. Speed is the product, and lasts 30 years was never in the spec. The second is the safety net you were told to trust. New homes come with a builder warranty, usually 1, 2, 10. 1 year on workmanship, 2 years on wiring and systems, 10 years on the structure. A bad outlet connection is a 1 or 2 year item. But the failure I described plays out in year 8 or in year 12, long after both windows close. One national administrator's pitch to builders, not the version buyers see, promises to cut warranty claim costs, strengthen the builder's legal position, and funnel disputes into arbitration. A warranty sold to the people it is supposed to hold accountable, as a tool for holding them less accountable, isn't protection. It is liability management in a costume. So what protects you? Number 3, buy from a smaller regional builder doing dozens of homes a year, not thousands, where the same crew has its name on the work. Then ask the sales office for buyers 3 to 5 years in and call them. What they say is the real spec sheet. Number 2, a copper-wired house from the late 1970s through the 1990s, hand-wired on the screws before the push-in trick took over. Number 1 sounds backward. Don't buy a different house at all. Spend $150 to $400 on a licensed electrician to walk the home you own, pull every receptacle, move every backstabbed wire onto the screw terminal, and swap the bargain devices for commercial grade ones in the kitchen and heavy load rooms. It's the cheapest fire prevention dollar you'll ever spend, and it fixes the defect no inspection will. Whatever else you do, buy a $10 outlet tester and walk your house today. And if you're under contract on new construction, pay for a pre-drywall walkthrough before the boxes get buried, your only chance to see what you're buying. The cheapest part of your house is the one most likely to burn it down, and the only one nobody you hire is paid to look inside. The builder's incentive ends the day you take the keys. Yours lasts 30 years. Those two have never once lined up. Next time, we go behind the wall into the wiring. There's a specific metal in roughly 2 million American homes built between 1965 and 1973 that the federal government found is 55 times more likely to reach what it literally called fire hazard conditions right at the outlets. And there's a 10-second way to check whether it's in your walls. Subscribe and go test your outlets before you finish your coffee.